You built a real store, and buyers in other countries want what you sell, but too often an overseas order turns into a refused package, because a duty nobody mentioned shows up at the door. In 2026 that got worse. The old duty-free thresholds are mostly gone, and new charges land on small parcels that used to travel free. Subscribe, because I turn each of these cross-border rule changes into a fix you can use, one video at a time. In this piece I show you how I make selling abroad predictable and profitable again. Classify your products, show the true landed cost at checkout, and price so the duty never ambushes your buyer. First, what actually changed? For years, small international orders slipped in under a duty-free threshold, so buyers paid nothing extra and you never thought about it. That era ended. Many countries removed or slashed those thresholds, and as of July 1 the European Union added a flat duty on low-value parcels that used to travel free. On top of that, tariffs stacked higher on whole categories. The result is simple and painful. A parcel that cost a buyer nothing extra last year now arrives with a bill, and if they did not expect it, they refuse it. You eat the return shipping and lose the sale, and you never even see why the order failed. The first fix is boring, and it is the one everyone skips. Classify every product with the right code. Every item that crosses a border needs a harmonized system code. The number customs uses to decide the duty. Get it wrong or leave it blank, and your parcel gets held, delayed, or charged at the worst possible rate. So I assign an accurate code to each product and store it in your product data, where your shipping and checkout tools can read it. Do this once, properly, and every cross-border order after it calculates correctly instead of guessing. This is the foundation the rest of the fixes stand on, and almost no small store has it done right. Now show the buyer the whole cost before they pay. Landed cost is the real total, the price, plus duty, plus import tax and any handling fee. When your checkout shows that number up front, the buyer decides with full information, and there is no ugly surprise at delivery. When it does not, the courier collects the difference at the door, and that is where refusals and chargebacks come from. So I wire your checkout to calculate landed cost live from the product code and the destination. So an order to Germany and an order to Canada each show their own true total. The buyer pays once, and the package clears without a fight. Next, decide who pays the duty, and make it deliberate. Delivered duty paid means you collected at checkout and the buyer owes nothing on arrival. Delivered at place means the buyer settles it with the courier later. For anything low value or impulse, I lean toward delivered duty paid, because a smooth arrival protects the repeat sale. Then price for it per market. Shopify now lets me set market-specific prices that fold the duty into the number a buyer sees. So a shopper abroad reads one honest price instead of doing customs math in their head. The store that hides the duty looks cheaper for a second and loses at the door. The store that builds it in wins the second order. So here is how I can help. If you want to know exactly where your cross-border orders are leaking to refused parcels and surprise duties, I run a 72-hour audit for $497 and hand you the gaps market by market. If you want me to classify your catalog, wire landed cost into checkout, and set duty-inclusive pricing per market, I do that in a 14-day sprint that starts at $3,500. Subscribe, because next week I take a real store selling abroad and make every international order arrive without a surprise, start to finish.